surgery, your diet is very limited. What are your plans for the big turkey day, as they call it?
It'll be broth, probably. But I think at that point, I'll be able to have soft. No, I won't even be in the soft food stage. I think I will be still in the semi-liquid pureed phase or something.
Puree food?
Yeah. So, baby food. Just kidding. But so I might be able to have pureed versions of everything, which mashed potatoes.
Ooh, yams!
But I have to start with protein first because you're starting your stomach over from scratch.
Does peanut butter count?
Not in the beginning. Like, I have to, whatever I ingest, I have to start with pure protein first. So meats or
Eggs?
lean. Eggs I can do. I bought those little egglets so you can boil or whatever.
Okay.
So, and I'm not a fan of eggs or breakfast foods or breakfast.
What? Wait, what? What about bacon?
Bacon
gets a pass,
in the
right?
beginning, no. Because it's
no, but are you a fan of bacon?
Sometimes.
With
it depends.
Brussels sprouts, it's good, right?
I love Brussels. Actually, I won't be able to have many vegetables in the beginning because
how
of the
long
risk
until you
of
can
like
have
salmonella
greens?
and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know because vegetables is second. Like
There's like a like level up.
Yeah, because
like a step ladder
because
thing.
of the fact that I'll only be able to eat an ounce at a time. Yeah, that's gonna be a change.
Do you have a scale?
Yeah, we actually do have a digital scale, so I'll have to measure out. I have to eat the protein first. I cannot have liquid with the meal. So if I do eat, it'll have to be at separate times. So
okay. So I have another friend who had the bypass surgery done.
Yeah.
And she hadn't been following the rules a little bit.
Shit.
But she's like back on track according to her. And her diet is like that. Like she is like doing mostly soups. And she's like, when she does have a meal, she's like, I offer her a drink and she's like, I'm going to wait.
How recent was that?
It's a while back, but she
wow. Yeah, because I mean, obviously,
so
eventually,
will you be able to eventually have like a meal and drink with it? Like, because that's like my favorite thing to do. Like,
I think it depends. So, like, I think after a year or something, I should be back to normal, but it'll be at a vastly reduced. Like, it's still reduced because obviously you're cutting out.
So it's like portion control.
It's not really just that. That's part of it. So I was actually really surprised at the whole thing because I thought, whatever, I can do that without surgery. I'll just eat a dramatically less amount, right?
Yeah.
Not really, because apparently the part of the stomach that they cut out has the hormone that regulates your hunger and also the way your metabolism works.
Damn.
So, I think it's like ghrelin or something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it'll give my body also. So the way that the surgeon said it was that your body will naturally calibrate itself to maintain its good areas. So like its happy place. So if you've been at a weight for a set amount of time, your body thinks this is level 0. Mm-hmm. This is good.
So it's like a restart.
Yes, it's a way for you. If you can rule out everything else, then you're approved for it because I've already ruled out everything else.
Yeah, and you work out like...
I work out
crazy.
Like a fiend, and I actually have to back off initially of the exercise because the physical therapist said I was doing way more than what was recommended. And I'm like, well, yeah, I've been trying to
lose weight,
cut calories, lose weight, but then... they told me to stop doing meal replacements because I was building unhealthy habits. Okay, so part of my this goes way back, but part of my mental illness and OCD and control and anxiety was not eating. Mm-hmm. And so what I inevitably did was I put my body into survival mode, which was like it hung on to everything because when I didn't eat, I wasn't.
Well, and then when you finally did get to eat, you're like, this might be the last meal I have.
Yeah, like, and it also is very common in people that grow up poor because when you actually have the means to buy food, sometimes it's scary. Like, and it sounds super fucked up and weird, but unless you've been there, you just don't know. It is really weird to go from not sure if you can eat the next day to...
You should see my uncles, like, at dinner.
Yeah.
Because they were all, like, grew up poor, and they grew up with a lot of brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. When you see them eat, you can tell that they're, like, just eating as much as they can really quick, like, grabbing shit, like, making sure nobody gets it.
It was fucking terrifying, honest to God. Like, I don't even know how to describe that, because when we didn't have to... So portion control wasn't portion control growing up. It was rations, because we couldn't afford to sometimes survive a full week until payday. So you had to ration that shit out.
You had to get that wick, and you knew you only had how many things of cheese or what?
It was one, I think, per stamp set. And then wick, of course, back in my day, was not nutritionally sound. And so I was malnourished, and also not eating correctly according to what I should have been doing. So by the time I got to college, I already had terrible eating habits because I had none. There was nothing stable. And so it spiraled. And I think that now that's kind of fucked over any efforts that I've tried to do to fix it. So I'm really looking forward to the reset, because it will be the last item that I'll be able to fix. Like, I got my mental health in order. Granted, I'm medicated, but
it is what it is. You're doing you.
Right.
No, for real. Like, I don't think you should shit on yourself for, like, doing meds, because that's something that is right for you.
Right.
And you should be able to, like, drink water, take your meds, call your person, and, like, do your self-care, and that's part of it.
And this was the last item, because I think having Joel observe my habits for the past few years, he's like, listen, you've obsessively not been eating things, because I'm scared of everything.
Yeah, you did that keto diet, which was really scary, honestly.
It was really restrictive, and so they told me to stop doing that, and honest to God, I lost weight by eliminating the word diet and fad and sugar-free from my vocabulary and from the cabinets.
Yeah, no, diet culture is really, really toxic.
Bad. It's very bad.
I have a couple of things you should read, actually. There's one called The Body is Not an Apology, or My Body's Not an Apology.
Right.
That book is like transformative, and it's about body diversity and self-love. And
it has had me in tears at one point, because I'm like, I didn't realize how bad it was until I was asked to change things. Mm-hmm. And so, and then I told my doctor, I'm like, this is all that I'm doing. I'm so frustrated. I can't anymore. And it's not, and it's also partially body dysmorphia, because I'm like, I look at myself and that is not what I am anymore. But that's it.
You are you, yeah. And you have to love the body you have and treat it the way that you would treat somebody else's body.
And this is not me condoning that everyone has to be thin. That is not it at all, because part of this is self-care for me.
Because you're trying to be healthy.
And that's where I'm at. So if it's not healthy for you to go through the surgery, or if you're very happy with what your body is, go for it. Rock it. Like, no one is here telling you that you have to do it. I'm just saying, like, that's where I'm at. And so I'm really nervous, honest to God, but I think it'll be good.
I feel like you've been very dedicated in, like, taking all of the proper steps, like doing the whole mental wellness thing first, because you have to make sure that you're ready emotionally and mentally for a surgery like of this magnitude. This is
the fifth year.
It's gonna change you. Like, I have my friend who had it. She did it like in another country, and there wasn't a lot of processing.
Right.
So, like, that was her journey and everything, but there's a lot of things that I feel like she didn't really get to address or understand before she did that.
Exactly, and that's why I really love the way they did. I was trying to rush into this, but
I remember
the facility was like, no, I'm sorry, but this is a holistic process. You have to go through every clearance possible before we're going to do it, because we need to make sure that when you do have the surgery that you can actually continue to live this way. So what worth is it to have the surgery and realize that I never was sleeping correctly? I was in the extremely dangerous areas of sleep apnea.
For real. Like, and that could be something like as easy, like if you are trying to get healthy and you are trying to figure out like, ooh, maybe I can lose weight by doing X, Y, and Z. Like, just talk to your medical professional.
Yes, please
it might be a sleep study that you need to do, and maybe once you start sleeping better, you might be like
your
doing
body
things
can actually
better.
function. Yes, because I cannot tell you how like much mental clarity I've had. I can wake up now and not feel like trash immediately. Like
that feeling comes
good
later.
Morning, trash. Right. That feeling comes later after I wake up and get to work. Just kidding. But like, you know, I was literally abusing my own body without trying to, but I wasn't eating enough. I was putting myself into calorie deficit by working out excessively and obsessively. It was not healthy. And then on top of that, I had no adequate rest. So it really was not, I was not working with a medical professional. This was all me guessing over what I was supposed to do to lose weight. But had I consulted someone, maybe I would have checked off some of these boxes a long time ago.
Right. But
like,
you weren't there yet, and it just takes it takes a while. Like,
yeah, and I am very fortunate in that I have excellent access to healthcare. Like, geez, so I guess if you're a member of office or political or whatever, please take that into account that no one can fix themselves if they don't have access to healthcare and in an affordable way. I'm just, one of the lucky fucks that gets it. So, I really think I'm lucky sometimes. Like, damn, I can get all of this done because I have great health insurance that will let me do this.
Right. And I mean, it's just something that comes with just being able to find somewhere where that's going to give you that, apparently.
Right. Like my employer actually gives a shit about wellness because healthy, happy employees equals more productivity. Hey, why not?
Hooray, productivity.
Right.
I'm not looking forward to like working on like the day after Thanksgiving, though.
That kind of sucks because as much as it's about family and shit, let's put capitalism aside for just a day.
Can you guys just like boycott Black Friday?
I refuse to go out,
please,
until like I'll go on a Friday morning because there's nothing wrong, with like a little bargain shopping on Friday.
You gotta come to my workplace then because the deals are gonna be insane.
What are you selling? Any fridges?
Probably, and Christmas trees. Are you ready for like the post-op selfies?
Yes and no, because here's the thing. I will also have befores, and I think that's somewhat terrifying, is knowing, oh, shit, like, how did I get there?
You have to be the happiest before girl, okay? Because the before girl always looks so sad.
And I actually love my body. I actually love myself. And that's the weird part. I never would have gotten here if I didn't learn how to love myself first. Mm-hmm. And part of that is finally, coming to terms with oneself. So, sure, I would love to take a smiling selfie because why the fuck not? I'm fine with me, but I also know that I can't live completely oblivious and not address health because...
Well, your knees are going to go out any day now, right?
Exactly. I mean, I already am with a lidocaine patch. I'm falling apart right in front of you right now. Just kidding. I can't go to water parks without being broken.
Girl, I know.
But part of that, I don't know. Is it the excess weight that I'm putting on my joints? Who knows? I don't know. And I won't know.
You deserve a chance to know.
Exactly. So why the fuck not? And I thought it was the easy way out until that was 8 months ago. Yeah. Now this is month number 9.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
It's really not. And what the road ahead is fucking terrifying. I'm just trying not to think about it. I think the less I think about it, then it's not it's not as scary. What was I forgot where I was at on my train of thought. I don't know.
Recovery.
Oh, recovery. Yeah, the road to recovery. Yay.
On the road again.
Right. Yeah, I'm on all these like support groups online. There's a lot of people that have had it. There's YouTubers. I love that there's women of color that also have YouTube videos because their bodies are more like mine.
Yeah.
And so, oh my God, who released the dogs? Who let the dogs out?
Joel.